Good evening. You are watching Reporters Diary on the Eco of India's digital platforms. And before we move ahead with our team of reporters, let me share with you the major points which are in news this evening. With many parts of the country witnessing a spike in COVID-19 cases, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today cautioned states and union territories against any laxity in fighting the pandemic and called for reducing the positivity and fatality rates by focusing on curbing the virus transmission. Interacting with chief ministers, the Prime Minister emphasized on RT-PCR tests, even as he underlined that India's COVID-19 situation is more stable than other countries in terms of recovery and fatality rates. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today blamed pollution for the high severity of the third wave of COVID-19 in the national capital. At the Chief Minister's meeting with the Prime Minister, Kejriwal said that Delhi saw the peak of 8,600 coronavirus cases on November 10th during the third wave. And since then, the number of cases as well as the positivity rate are steadily decreasing, the sources said. He expressed hope that the trend would continue in the national capital. India today successfully test-fired the surface-to-surface supersonic cruise missile BrahMos as part of a series of planned trials of the weapon known for its precision strike capabilities, official sources said. The range of the new land attack version of the missile has been extended to 400 kilometers from the original 290 kilometers, but its speed has been maintained at 2.8 Mach or almost 3 times the speed of sound, they said. According to an official source, the land attack version of the missile was test fired in the Andaman and Nicobar around 10 a.m. and the trial was successful. Facing flack from the Congress-led opposition, the LDF government in Kerala today decided to bring out an ordinance to withdraw the controversial amendment to the Kerala Police Act. A special cabinet decided to recommend Governor Arif Mohammed Khan to issue an ordinance to repeal Section 118A after a meeting this afternoon. Cabinet has decided to bring out an ordinance to withdraw the amendment, government sources said. The governor had signed the Kerala Police Act amendment ordinance brought by the left front government envisaging addition of Section 118A to prevent cyber attacks against women and children. And finally, outgoing US President Donald Trump has asked officials to begin the transition process for President-elect Joe Biden after the head of the federal agency responsible for this said she would provide him the necessary government resources to move in to the White House. Trump, however, vowed to continue his fight to prove voter fraud and malpractices, which, according to him, took place in the November 3 presidential election. So these are the major points. Now I'm joined by our team of reporters, Asmita, Riddhi, and Razia. We start with you, Asmita. What all happening?
Hi, Safi. The news that I would like to share from the Hills. A delegation of Hill Trinamool Congress led by TMC Rajya Sabha member Santa Chetri and Hill TMC President LB Rai met West Bengal ministers Firad Hakim and Molay Ghatok Monday in Kolkata and discuss with them various problems regarding the hills. And Safi, they also discuss pending issues like grievances of Darjeeling municipality employees and also closed tea gardens. That's all from my side, Safi.
All right, we move on to Riddhi. Yes, Riddhi, please.
Hi, Safi. The first news that I would like to highlight is West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee today assured Prime Minister Narendra Modi that Bengal is ready to work with the centre and all other stakeholders for speedy and universal vaccination for everyone as soon as the vaccine is available. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee told Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the virtual meeting as per the statement issued by the West Bengal government. Modi reviewed the COVID situation in various states through video conferencing with the chief ministers, noting that the West Bengal has successfully reduced COVID-19 positivity and death rates. Banerjee said the recovery rate among the patients in the state has improved as compared to other parts of the country. Even with the onset of the festive season and the commencement of the suburban railway services, West Bengal has been successful in reducing the positivity and the death rates, improving the recovery rates. She said Banerjee has also lauded the role played by ASHA workers in visiting households as a part of the public health campaign. And now another story that deserves attention here is that the West Bengal government is yet to take a call on when schools can resume offline classes. City schools have no inkling whether on-campus process could begin this year or they have to continue with online arrangements till the pandemic situation improves. State-run and state-aided schools have also said that they were yet to receive any advisory from the government. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Education Minister Partho Chatterjee have not yet announced any schedule for resuming the classes in schools, which has been suspended since mid-March. Chatterjee had said that no decision would be taken which would endanger the safety of the students. That's all I have from Kolkata.
All right, Riddhi, thank you so much. We will move on to Port Blair now. Razia, what all happening out there?
Good evening, Shafi. Shafi, I would like to start with the Indian Coast Guard news. Indian Coast Guard averted tanker from a running aground of eco-sensitive Nicobar Island. In a swift air and sea coordination operation on 22nd of November, the Indian Coast Guard ship connected tow to tanker MT Anastasia 1, drifting dangerously towards the Kachal Island and commenced towing to safe waters. The vessel en route to Dubai with 24 crew members on board, and because of power failure since 19th of November and threatened to biosensitive ecology of pristine Nicobar Island, as the tanker had approximately 9-10 metric ton of bunker fuel. So the Andaman Coast Guard team through sea and air saved these tanker. Another news is, Shafi, the 160-year-old lady was abandoned by the family members at GV Pant Hospital. This lady is not well and she is not even able to get up from her own bed and eat her food. So the family member shifted her to GV Pant Port Blair Referral Hospital, and they went away, and there's no one to take care of her. And the patients admitted next to the beds, they are helping her, feeding her food. So the medical staffs of GV Pant Hospital also urged the family members to come. Even the other patients also urging she needs treatment along with the family support, and the authority, the social welfare department and the NGOs should come forward to help this abandoned lady who is admitted at GV Pant Hospital. So that's all from Port Blair, Shafi.
All right, Asmita, Riddhi and Razia, thanks for joining Reporters Diary. Viewers, this is all we have in Reporters Diary this evening, but please do join us tomorrow again. Thanks for watching.